Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to carry on with the end of the last save game, which we had here, of course, as Estonia. So let's get started. So you might remember from the last episode that we actually been working here with, of course, the lovely country of Italy. Yeah, okay, that's not really a friendly country, is it? And we were actually asking for control of certain states, which, according to this, they would be willing to do. Okay, so I don't necessarily need both. Svealand only. Let's see what they say. Now, one thing I need to double check. Have I actually done work on researching military police? I have not. And I really should do, because I want to basically increase my compliance across the various different states here. Now, you might remember last episode, we basically took control of this country of the Baltic Unitary State. Now, if I look carefully at basically our occupied territories, we don't have a lot of divisions stationed there. The garrison log, though, we basically lost 31,000 manpower through this, unfortunately. And as you can see, that's spread across the various different states here. This is quite substantial, these. That's something that we need to work on. Okay, let's get the clock running and see what we can do about that. Looking carefully, though, we see that this will complete in 2 days. And then, of course, we're going to straight away research the military police. I would also like to speak to the Germans. I want to license... Manage license production, okay. No way, they've given it to... They've given control of that state to us, really? Yes, they have. Oh, wow. Okay. Manage license production. What have we got currently licensed? Now, I don't want to license any of these. I actually, in fact, want to license here a tank design. We can, of course, go for the Panzer 1, Panzer 2, Ausführung A, or the Panzer 2 Ausführung B, C. I think I will go for this design here, to be honest. Let's just double check. Does it say anything about hardness? Hold on, guys. We're going to basically pause this for a second. So what does it say about hardness? So we got armor 24.6. Armor 27.9. Yes, that would account for, of course, them needing more steel as well. Interesting. Here it says it needs more steel than in the other one. So we currently got this one. I want to cancel that. And I want to basically show the available ones. I want to basically go for that design I just had highlighted just a second ago, which is the Panzer 2. And I specifically want to go for the Panzer 2. I think the C is the best one I want to go for. All right. And if I look at my production here, as you can see, I should be able to add the... I haven't got it approved yet. That makes sense that we need to wait for that. Now what we will see here is we should see that we can now add here that design into here. I want to add as many factories in there as I can. It looks like I actually had a surplus in factories there, which is good, I guess. I can leverage all of these factories in reality for repairs. I got an extra slot here that I'm actually going to leverage for the military police now, which I should have basically done ages ago. Yeah, but I didn't. I did not. Anyways, we're basically working on producing tanks, as you can see. We're going to build 4.69 per week. As you can see, I'm basically doing here reinforcements in terms of the fighters. Reinforcement's not that big an issue, it looks like. Trucks here as well. Be reducing the production here, so at least we can get more of those tanks produced. 1.7 per day now. Okay, I'd like to build up a bit of a stockpile there. What have I got in terms of tanks? Tanks. I got anti-tank. I got medium tanks, which has got a shortage. Okay. Maybe I should have kept some medium tanks there as such. What can we do here in the interim? Exert heroism, etc., etc. Now there is here, of course, the ability for me to get an extra ace. All right. So we got our states in our hands here, as you can see. We even got some visiting Romanian tanks, it looks like. Let's speak to the Italians again, see if I can get more of that land in my hands. It says green. Let's see what we can actually get. And now it's red. It says green, red, red, green, red. Interesting. Show me what I can take. Can I take that? Nope. That? Nope. All right, let's leave it green for now. Now, those states where we got a claim on, they will actually be easier for us to convert. So let's actually have a look. Have we got a claim on pretty much all of those states? So here I need to basically see, I need to boost the compliance. No surrender. I'm not sure. Does that do anything? Toad anti-tank is boosted in terms of production. I don't need that. The Baltic Wall here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it at naval production for now. And I probably should have done this ages ago in reality. As you can see, we're working on that jet there already. We can, as you can see, actually work on the extended range, on the cameras here. Medium airframe, large airframe. We're in 1944. So guided missiles, I can boost that, as you can see. Doesn't take too long. I can of course work on this bomb as well, which is going to take about a year. Time to put our learnings into practice. Estonian Italian maneuvers. Oh, okay, that seems quite useful. Carrier operations or radar patrols. I think I'm going to go for those radar patrols. As you will see here, I actually got quite a lot of air experience already, but I can't do much more here. I'm pretty much at the limit there. I'm going to create a brand new design here. So let's create one from scratch. Create new. This will contain, well, it doesn't have anything yet. So let's go back. We're going to here add the tank divisions here, the light tanks. And this will be my garrison division. Garrison. Sorry, is that correctly spelled? Garrison. I keep on misspelling it. Doesn't really help, does it? So if I look on here, it's a double R. Ha. I really need to look at the spelling. Now what we really need on here is suppression capabilities. And that's just something I just don't have as of yet. So again, that's on my to-do list here, 120 days to go. So we're going to be in 1945. And I'm kind of hoping to be able to unite this into a single nation here once again. Improve my worker conditions. What's that going to do? Factory output is reduced. Stability is boosted though. Now I could do with a boost of stability. As you can see, we're purely Vapsid at the moment. Nothing else in play. That doesn't seem to be that useful here. These are a bit late in the game to actually do anything with these guys. So for now, we're just going to let this run its course. Yes, of course, if we look at my navy, I am still producing more ships. And as you will see, these guys should really be merging. Let's bring this down to a more manageable number. Just you can see we're down to a number that actually makes sense. Convoy rating as well. Now are pretty much all of them engaged here, so holding position here. Why is it holding position? Because it doesn't have orders for convoy rating. That's why. All right, if we look at our imports, do we need to import oil as we are currently doing? We could potentially look at reducing this, so let's reduce this by 1 at least. As you can see, we're still working on more the nuclear plants as such. Okay, let's also have a look at basically whether we got the right infrastructure in place here. It doesn't look like it, does it? But then again, if I look at my supplies, how are they running? I guess they're all pretty much running directly from here. Again, not entirely clear to me what is the actual route they're taking. I rather suspect that they go straight through here, but again, it's a bit of a guessing game in that sense. So let's push these all the way down to the bottom. We're going to prioritize some of that infrastructure here that we basically can have in terms of the railways being built. Should help improve our supply situation as such. Again, if we look at our supply positions here, we got pretty decent coverage, it looks like. But if I look at specifically at this one, yeah, we need to have proper full usage of that within there as such. Let's speak to our Italian neighbors again in a second. The latest engines just became available. We could of course do something here with these computers. It doesn't do a lot of other things though. Kind of got the max out of most of these already. But interwar large airframe. So which of these would actually be able to do the bombing? Let's research this one. I'm not sure if it's the most beneficial, but okay. It will potentially give me some form of bombing, but we'll see. As you can see, we're still patrolling this area quite nicely. And if we look at our tanks here, light tanks, look at that. Dutch East Indies has capitulated. Nice to see. Okay, so that number is doing pretty well, I would say. So the almost 2.5 per day we're producing. And as you can see, I can convert older models as well. I'm not sure why I have to convert the Panzer to C. Are they somehow different from our design? And as you can see, we're far from being even 100% efficient. It is something we can achieve, it's just we're not there. Now looking at these here, we're currently using, of course, engine number 1. I could switch over to a rocket engine. I don't want to do that, but I do want to switch over to engine number 4. So currently that's the Mark 3, sorry, Mark 2. We're going to switch over to Mark 3. As you can see, that increases the thrust by 6. Okay, so we basically need additional ones for reinforcement purposes. And ultimately we can actually work on basically getting more done there as well. So we're not that far off, I hope, from the military police, because once I got the military police up and running, it is my intention to really get these guys deployed as well. Okay, so we got those 3 here. They're going to reinforce that unit there. These 3 are going to reinforce that unit there. And those 4 will reinforce this unit here. So just going to basically reshuffle them a little bit to make things a little bit easier. Export focus, war economy. I can, of course, switch over to total mobilization. That will reduce my manpower availability, which is not what we're looking for, far from it. I could switch over to an even higher percentage of recruitable population, but as you can see, that reduces my factory output substantially. It's not a step I want to take as of yet. So let's try to shy away from that as long as we can. Again, I want to just save this up for other better purposes. Yeah, I can basically boost the neighbors with their stuff. We're still producing outdated equipment is what it says. Okay, so let's say we're going to produce 1 of each of these. Now, of course, we got the 1944 design of the submarine available. Engine is top, torpedo is top, I guess. Yep. Okay, so nothing I really need to change in here, but we will be producing additional ships of that new type. That's the Mark III. Which one did I just modify? Okay, so let's produce the Mark III in full. Let's produce a few more of these as well. Let's say we're going to actually build here 2 of those. Well, these are going to complete relatively quickly, and then I'm going to switch to the new design. Should make them have a longer range as well. Yeah, as you can see, the range increases from 5,000 to 6,000. So we're slowly getting there. Should hopefully make them more deadly as well. Yes, low manpower. 74.5 is what it says at the moment. Like 60 days to go, it says. Alrighty. So what have I got in terms of my armies at the moment? I haven't actually even looked at this in this episode. So currently, of course, we got these guys here ready. They are, of course, waiting for naval supremacy. We've got 1%, and we need, of course, a far higher amount. These guys are on guard duty, it looks like. Guarding this large territory here. More guard duties here. These guys are stationed near Leningrad at the moment. And hopefully that helps a little bit with the compliance numbers. Let's have another quick look here at the actual occupancy laws we're currently using. We're using a local police force. And unfortunately, local police force does reduce the amount of garrisons needed, but it does not reduce compliance. Sorry, it doesn't increase compliance, is what I meant to say. So, something to work on as such. So, I might dismantle some of my armies. I just need to have a look through them to see what we can do. So these guys also need to guard that territory here now. It's fine. These guys are the ones that are ready to cross. So these guys here, again, they're guard duty units. This one is low, as you can see, in terms of manpower and such. I'm inclined to take this batch and dismantle them. How do I disband them? So I got 4 of them selected. What does that do? It gives me an additional 16,000 manpower, some additional infantry equipment. Yeah, I can do that. Unfortunately, I do need to reshuffle a little bit here to make sure they got enough coverage of all the territory. But I don't think it's a massive issue. So I could abandon that territory there. Makes it easier for me to deploy somehow. Doctrines are available. And again, of course, I can go for this one here. I'm going to leave that off for now, briefly. Again, like I said, I want to basically get the numbers here changed somewhat. But I kind of need access to the military police to be able to do so. Danish Strait, etc., etc. Another 20 days and then we should be there. Perfect, so we got the jet engines now. So let's pause the game briefly. Jet engines, what does that mean? So do I want to take any of these? Yeah, let's just research that, why not? So once we got that military police done, which will be done shortly, we will actually be able to get better designs through. So as you can see, we currently are using here the engine number 4. So 750 kilometers per hour, 36 thrust, and fuel usage 0.16. Jet engine. So that almost doubles the actual. And actually we increased the speed substantially with that, isn't it? So if you make that the Mark IV, let's actually work, hold on. We're going to cancel that production here. We will work on this new design, but let me change the icon here slightly. Because of course it's a jet now instead of what we had there before. Because they're now faster, it should of course also help us in getting them to where we want them to be in reality. So as you can see, most of these are actually operating here on the English Channel, and we still got a fair number of fighters number 2. I got different Mark fighters here as well. We are suffering some losses over there, of course. So if we look at this carefully, not necessarily in terms of the Balearics were ceded to Italy. Interesting. So let's have a look at basically speaking to these guys again. Ask for control of state. Ooh, it stays green. It doesn't stay green. Italy's accepted our request. So if you, as long as you do it small, bit by bit, it seems to work. Okay, let's keep that up. We're almost there anyways with the military police 1. We will basically take them through that full line of 1, 2, 3 and so forth. Improved guided missile. Okay, perfect. The nuclear bomb is being researched, as you can see already. Here, there's not much I can do other than maybe say, yes, make this more efficient in terms of converting and basically getting stuff out of the oil. Perfect. Let's straight away go for Mark II. Suppression bonus is boosted. So what we will be doing here, we're going to basically modify that design slightly, edit. In reality, I don't want to have that icon on there. I want to basically make this my suppressor, or what do we want to call them? There we go. Update. We're going to add onto here the military police. Now what that will do, as you can see, we should see a certain level of hardness on here. So there's infantry equipment needed. Yes, fine, okay. So we're going to switch over the garrisons to these types of units. And what that will do is it should mean that, yes, we will need some more of them, but it also frees up some more of those units there. Let's switch to civilian oversight on all of those. Now, looking at this carefully, we see that Karelia, we don't have any of these other bits on there. So if I look at Karelia here, it's all, yeah, it's also at civilian oversight, as you can see, but we cannot choose it here. I guess because Karelia really is a core to us. Okay, so yes, I need support equipment, I need infantry equipment. Have I got shortages now? Yes, I've got a shortage of support equipment. 136 to be precise. I can of course alleviate that by boosting my support equipment production. Which of course I will be able to do once I get more factories into play. Have I got more territory that I can basically get to higher levels? Yes. Ooh, hold on, hold on. Let's fix these bits first. Let's then push these back to the top. Move that close to the top as well. Doesn't all have to be done straight away, but as long as we're basically working our way through this, that is quite key. All right, so what can we do here in the meantime? Institute, yeah, press censorship. Nope, not something we want to do. What do we see happening here in terms of the actual unit, the numbers here? This is what's called compliance. Compliance, the stronger the compliance gets, as you can see, we got growth in compliance now. Spain is giving us a land lease. Ooh, we got free docks. Ah, plus it looks like we can build additional ships. So what's different about this one compared to the previous one? I'm not sure. Okay. Let's choose the Mark IV to be built in here in numbers. We're purely focusing on the production of the Mark IV now. The old one, of course, the Mark III, we're going to carry on with. But we're going to stamp out lots of those Mark IVs. All right, sweet. And again, we're going to basically set these to be doing convoy raiding. Operating in assigned areas. Okay, it's fine, whatever. This one will actually reinforce that one there. Catalonia. Okay, so what do we see happening with these numbers? I was looking at that earlier. We were looking at that together. As you can see, this number is on the rise. So the higher the number, the lower this should become. So garrison's fulfillment, okay, it's slowly dropping. As you can see, we do have the manpower dropping a little bit. Greater Hungary is... Ooh, we're missing the following equipment. I need tons and tons more, as you can see, of light tanks. Tons more. Okay, that's something we're working on. That is something we're working on. Wow. And I thought I was building a good number of them here. But if we're really looking at this is the number that we need, then wow. Wow, indeed. Anyway, let's look at this number once again. So here we should see that this is now 36%, etc., etc. So let's speak to Italy again. Can they be friendly enough to give us more territory? Let's say I want this one red, this one red, this one red, this one red. Ask for control of territory. This one stays green. Okay, so let's set this also to be defended by these guys. Now this, of course, was Norwegian. Oh, so Danish territory even. Sorry, I thought it was Norwegian. Do we need Denmark in our hands? So Jutland. So for that final one to come into play here, is Jutland on the map? I don't see Jutland on the map there, to be honest. Huh. Interesting. Really interesting. Right, so let's have a quick look back at the Navy itself. Let's set them to be operating over here. Ah, we cannot get through there, of course, isn't it? Because this, of course, is occupied. Have we got armies operating here somewhere? I don't know. Ooh, yeah, total of 24,000. And in the last bits of time, we have actually lost some equipment. We've lost tons of trucks, it looks like. Infantry equipment, we lost tons to. Production is power. Build a certain number of new civilian or military factories. Yeah, okay, fine. Wow. As you can see, lots of new factories, or lots of existing factories here as well. That's what I should have said, existing factories. Have we got more territory? Ooh, look at this. That is a bit of a pity. I'm just going to add that to there. That shouldn't be too difficult. Just one extra province there. As long as we make sure that the actual opponent doesn't get their hands on it. So that's this army here. Hold on. Okay, that's fine. This army here is tasked with, of course, defending the borders there. I'm just going to add that little bit of land to there. Now, as you can see, this currently only got a port facility level 1. We're going to basically bring that up to scratch by putting an extra level of port facility in there as well. Port facility is, of course, great to have. It's the Faroe Islands. What have we got here? The Scottish Highlands. Hold on, the Scottish Highlands. Okay, it's part of the Scottish Highlands. I thought it was different, but no. Apparently not. All right, let's have a look at our research. Research here, we're basically working on that radar. Lots of nice results here in the Atlantic. Again, looking at our Navy here. Yes, we're operating in these regions here nicely as well. But if I were to expand this and say, great, we're also going to cover that territory there. Question is, have we got enough facilities to be able to support that? I think so. Why is that support coming all the way from down there instead of up here? Okay. So yes, we clearly said to avoid certain territories here, as you can see already. So this is really showing us that there is a lot of stuff operating here. Heading to base in Ireland. Not Ireland, Iceland. Okay, let's go back here to the land view of things here. Okay. We're getting a nice land lease in this instance from who's this? The Bulgarians. Look at that young boy. Who's that? Hold on, Bulgaria, down here. Let's talk to these guys. Bulgaria. Who's that? That's a Regency Council, but I don't know who this leader is then. Okay, lots of stuff on the left side. Then the death of the Tsar. What does that lead to? Okay. Join the Tri-Party Pact, which is basically mutually exclusive of this. We stole the Bulgarian Patriarch. Okay. Or the third Bulgarian Reich. I just realized I said Reich. It's actually not Reich, it's the Empire. Okay. The Italians. Let's have another brief word with them. As you can see, nothing is currently selected. No, 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 no. Okay, so they don't want to give us anything at the moment, which is okay. We can live with that for a brief moment. So 37% compliance we had there. This stands at 20%. Is it growing? It is growing. Really slowly, but at the same time, as you can see, resistance is also growing here still. Decimetric radar, sweet. Air-to-air radar, okay. Advanced radio. Yeah, I can do with the radio up advances as such. Not much I can do here, unfortunately. What does this do? It converts a number of factories from civilian use to military use. Consequence, though, of that is we lose stability, we lose war support, and I do not want to lose either. This one I could do for a little bit. Let's boost our stability that way. We've got insufficient aluminum. All right, so what do we see here? Compliance is now at 29.90%. Slowly on the rise. These numbers are still pretty decent. As you can see, they're now all basically in the green, which of course indicates they're all positive. Occupied territories. Manpower lost over the last 12 months is only, in this instance, 12,000. Tanks lost, yes, we do lose tanks there, unfortunately, as well. We're producing 6.25 per day. could I somehow basically get more of my military factory production up there? I probably will need to basically put a bit more focus in there. Let's work on these here as well. So if I look here, what we got, 80%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 80%, 100%, 80%, but we got quite a lot more space to actually work with things there. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring a few of these back to the very top, just because of course, yeah, they need stuff done quickly to them. And as you can see, I'm really trying to focus on getting these guys in there. Sorry, 27th of June. So that's like a month or so for one of them to come through. That's pretty awesome. Suppression bonus is boosted once again. If I look in here, what could we potentially do here? We could of course work on that radio group as such. Yes, we sunk more convoys. There is an engagement going on here at the moment. You can actually see that they are firing at each other. Escape progress. So we're trying to escape from these. I guess it looks like. We got some mines laying there as well. So this is territory of the United States. Really? Now that's got 100% compliance. Here we should see the compliance standing at 19%. Resistance strength is now dropping, rising. What is it doing? American operative was captured. Okay. So 44%. So it's 43.9, 44.10, 44.3. Ooh, okay. That is on the rise, unfortunately. Over here, let's have another look at this number. This seems to be rising. Is this rising in the meantime? It seems to be. Archangelsk. Okay, so let's talk to these guys again. Can you give us a state here? No. If I give you control of a state like Archangelsk, I cannot even choose it. Interesting. Request garrison support. Yes, they're willing to support us in terms of the garrison. Wow. And that's the Italians again. Propaganda, no, we don't need any of those. Commando training might potentially help somewhat. Let's see, what are we doing here with these guys? We're suppressing it there, we're suppressing it here. So if I look at basically where I'm suppressing it at the moment, if I move it there, it should basically have more of an impact around there as well. Okay. Let's work on that one. Insufficient steel. Interesting. I didn't realize we were actually suffering from that as such. So where can we boost our steel production? All the steel that we've got is already being exploited as heavily as we can get it to be done. Interesting. All right, so what we've done thus far this particular episode here is shift our number slightly. So we're trying to basically reduce the actual resistance here. And I think we should see that happening. So garrisons 4 in support. Okay, perfect. We got a number in reserve. Now this number, I'm not sure where that's coming from as such. Centrometric radar. 45 in August. Hold on. What else could we do here? Already working our way through there. We're going to basically work our way through that bench as well. Why not? This is not going to take that long. All right, what could we do? We could say no surrender. Well, let's just get it done. Okay, and here we could of course say yes, this or that. I've got both of them already finished, so it doesn't make any difference. Tank design, no, forget about that. Insufficient resource, even more steel is needed. Wow. Look at this here, the critical levels even. Air Force is still operating here. And as we can now see, we are shooting down more enemy fighters than we were ever before. Let's speak to our Italians once again. Nope. 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 No. So this has got a number that's on the rise, unfortunately. Yeah, we can't have it all. Okay, fuel refining is gone on the rise. Perfect. We've got 4.5 years here. Now, what's happening to these numbers? This is on the rise, I think. 11.7, 11.9. Is this still stable or is it rising? It's still rising. So compliance... effect scaled by 86% due to garrison fulfillment. Okay. So what are we producing here? So we're producing enough of this, I guess, but not enough of the actual Panzer Cs. This is giving me a reduction in consumer goods. This is giving me daily fascist support. I could switch this over to, of course, the Captain of Industry, Backroom Backstabber, recruitable population factor, non-core population daily communist support is reduced. Hold on, which is the guy is fascist support. Recruitable population factor. Okay, so we're at 100%, but we don't see that changing as such. Is this number changing? Okay. What does that lead me to? So I got the bomb research now. We're 1945. I can actually go for this one here. This one, unfortunately, the range seems rather short, doesn't it? I had rather hoped that I had a longer range with that. Ooh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Can I build any of them here? Can I? Can I? I can. Nice. So that is being built now. Let's move that all the way to the top then. Sweet. Iceland, Greenland. What have we got in Greenland? Have we got any of those launch sites here? Did I not build any there? No, we don't have any slots here. Because there's no slots there, we cannot launch from there. So we got them in Iceland. Where else have we got them? We got them here. And again, that range is far too short for us to do effectively anything with them, which is a pity. I do have to say I regret seeing that, but okay. So we see 55% here in terms of resistance strength, and in terms of compliance strength, we also see issues here. All right, so lovely Italians, could you help me out with regards to some of the states I'd like to get my hands on? Military police is available. Yes. Thank you. Let's for the rest just build factories here. It's not a lot, but every wee bit helps. All right, cool. Research slot. Let's go for the last upgrade to them. One thing I've ignored a bit is this one. And you do see the consequence of that straight away. Yes, I need to split this. And then allocate that to here as well separately. Let's say I'm going to work in bigger packs. So this one is going to join that one. They're docked in Leningrad. Well, let's merge these two into one. And let's do our convoy raiding. But maybe rebase them first. Can we rebase them to here? Yeah. Let's just move them to the naval base in Greenland first. Okay, these guys are operating there. Okay, convoy raiding. Sweet, go ahead. Do your magic. Okay. Siam wants a non-aggression pact. Well, yeah, I could live with that. Docked in Greenland. Let's, well, basically say you can do your convoy raiding here as well. And as you can see, these are of course the latest design, and they don't take that long to produce anymore. They're really just being stamped out, stamped out, stamped out. It's just one after the other that's rolling off the production lines at the moment. Ooh. Looks like we're having significant luck here. Again, we need more steel. Germans, you're getting rich off of us in terms of the number of factories we're basically using for you. So we got a shortage in terms of close air support. Yeah, it happens. We now got a surplus in terms of fighters, as you can see. These, of course, are all older designs that we're basically seeing becoming available as because they're leftovers. We do have some foreign ones there as well, as you can see. Can I build an airbase here? That would be pretty amazing, wouldn't it? If I could actually build an airbase here. I can. And I can also build a radar here. So let's have a look. Find my airbase. Faroe Islands. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Huh. The Spanish want to basically lease us some equipment as well. No surrender was completed, and then we're going to go for the long push. Yes, I know. They're probably a bit redundant, some of those, but that's okay. Now, why am I choosing the Faroe Islands here as a base and such? It's a quite useful position in reality. Look at this, 14 submarines. Yep, and I thought it was more than that was that. Look at this, yes. We should be able to launch them from here. Improved airframes. Ooh, 45. We can actually go for a designated modern small airframe. I probably should have done that earlier, shouldn't I? Strategic bombing. Let's go for... Okay, whatever we can reach from there. Now we stand at 6 out of the whatever it is. Rubber processing. Let's have a quick look at the airplane bits once again. Nothing here at the moment. We're working on that next upgrade already. Let's work on the next design for the large airframe. And this was cancelled by some of them. That's okay for now. Italy, guys, could we bother you with this? No. No. Okay, too bad. The 1945 Imperial Conference. Okay. So, New Zealand is still independent. Here, Australia is still independent. Ah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So we basically see here that we basically got an invasion of Africa going on at the moment. These guys I'm going to keep here. These guys I'll keep here. They're nicely positioned. These guys as well. These guys though, I'm not sure. Do I need to keep them here? Maybe not. These guys really should be under that other tree. That's the defensive tree. This is also defensive, I believe. No. Yes, it's defensive as well. This is defensive. And that's the maximum I can set this to. Okay. So what we're going to basically say is... So these guys are going to go under a new marshal. I just need to recruit one. I've got no generals that I can promote, or do I? Look at this guy here. Is he deployed anywhere? I'm not sure. Okay, let's promote him. Gain recent promotion. Okay, fine. Here. There we go. Assign you to there. Again, we got bits that we can do here. So we can, of course, say reinforcement or charismatic, that kind of stuff. Yes, that will do for now. The long push. They are defending Italy, really? Okay. These guys are really one of my biggest units that we can actually do something with. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to disband this unit here. I guess you know why. Gives me some of my medium tanks back. Okay, let's basically leverage this here. And then from there we want to basically set the plans to push through into there. Let's execute those plans as well. So that's the Romanians that initiated this push here. Nice job, though. Still not entirely sure what we're going to do with the Spanish, though. Okay, so we took out more of the convoys. What are we doing in terms of research at the moment? How close to the next guided missile design are we? What does this one do specifically? So as you can see, 11,000 compared to this one, which was 640. 11,000? I like it. Yep, and of course the guided anti-ship missile will become available. Okay. So this here, as you can see, compliance is still rising. Here we basically see compliance is at a pretty high level already, 51% and rising. It's not rising rapidly, but it is rising fast enough. Now what does compliance... The long push. Okay, fine, whatever. So if I basically look at my army training, no. So what does this do? Suppress subjects. Autonomy in subjects is reduced, no. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. Resistance suppression. Oh, okay, well that's useful. As you can see there, the target will be lower now. The target is actually 35%, which means, of course, yay, less damage being suffered. So, nuclear reactors built. Nuclear bombs will be done in about, 70 days we'll have our first nuclear bomb. This will, of course, be nice to see being available. Now, one of the things I do then need to do is actually need to build more nuclear reactors in reality. So where have I got space for that? There, 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 there. Now the nuclear reactors, just remember that those are going to take a significant amount of resource and amount of time for that to be completed. So yeah, it's a long-term investment we're doing into there to try to get all of this ready where we want it to be. So as you can see, this number is now not as bad anymore as it was before. We need 344. We're now stockpiling some of that there, which is good. Okay. That's level 4 for the guys there. Perfect. And we're going to upgrade the hospitals because that's got a nice substantial impact as well. All right, perfect. In terms of the Air Force, let's upgrade some of the historical fighters that we actually have there. We captured an American operative, lovely. The United Kingdom announced the Balkan Diplomatic Initiative. What does that do? Ooh. Yeah, really? Still no joy over there, which is a bit of a pity. We should... hold on. Let's do this differently. Let's get a new Air Force or fighter unit up and running here. Fighters. Let's get one of these up and running here. And these guys will be deployed and basically operating to get area superiority right over here. Is that still the British? It looks to be the British. Yes, it is the British still. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so one of the things we will start doing now is we're actually going to start working on our... Am I seeing outdated equipment? Yeah, I'm seeing outdated equipment. I don't want to see outdated equipment. Improved large airframe, basic large airframe. Okay, so this one, we're going to basically create a new design in. So, strategic bombs. Let's switch that over to 6 jet engines. Electronics. Radio navigation. Bomb sights. Armor plates. Self-sealing fuel tanks. Large bomb bays. And the weight is not too bad yet. We can of course do some defensive turrets on there as well. Light, heavy. Agility is not the highest, is it? MG turret, we're going to make them doubles, I guess. Hold on, it reduces our maximum speed as well. All right, so that should do the trick. Advanced guided missiles, perfect. And let's now start building these as well. We're going to set that to do with 5 of them. Let's see what we can get to. What can we research next? Now we got these already. Let's get even more radar upgrades available to us. Okay, that range hasn't increased as of yet. That needs to do a slow switch over, I think. Is that right? Yeah, I think it's a slow switch over we need to start seeing. It'll take a little bit of time. These guys are currently here? No. Where are you? Oh, there. Why are we not fighting here? And of course this should push right through there. Execute. So these guys, I don't really need to have them here. What we're basically going to do is we're going to set these guys to work on an invasion of that territory there. And because they're now offensive, we're going to call this the offensive theater. We don't need the 1 anymore behind it. It's all basically part of the same. All right, so let's have a quick look at our navy once again. Substantial amount is available here. Again, that's a new one we're going to set in here. But where are we going to base this one? This one will be based over... Yeah, let's put them over here. Traveling to the Faroe Islands. Okay, on the Faroe Islands, we've of course got this lovely bit of these bombs. Range is now increased. We can shoot directly at this territory here. Yes, the range is increased, but it's not big enough yet. Okay, we'll get there eventually. It needs a bit of time. modern small airframe. What does that do for me? Okay, I can of course work on this one here. It's a relatively quick one to get done. So as you can see, we're currently working with this fighter design here. What I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to create the new design. Modern carrier airframe, modern small airframe. What is this that we got here? Advanced small airframe. Okay, so let's click onto here. Where is the advanced modern small airframe? Should we take one jet engine? Yeah, let's work with one for now. Here we got our armor plates, we got our self-sealing bits on there. We got our heavy machine guns. Electronics. We can go, of course, for the air-to-air radar. Production cost increases by 4. What does that do? Night penalty is reduced. Whereas this also gives me a night penalty is reduced. When on interception, why would we go for the air-to-air radar ever? Cast weapons, no. Double cannons. When on logistic strike, it gives a boost there. Air attack is 12, 8, 20. So these do not affect the agility of the fighter as such. Jet fighter Mark II. Again, if I tick the box there, so we got our jet fighter Mark II. Why is it called Mark II? All right, so we got a lot of production that we need to do. At least we got 800 currently in operation that could potentially be upgraded there. British Malaysia has capitulated, really? There we go. Let's shoot at these guys now. All right, so let's start bombing them properly. That's out of range, as you can see. Let's have a quick look at what else we could do. Is there more that we could potentially put into here? No, we've got no space on there. All of that's already taken. Okay. Okay. 71%. Yeah, okay. Will we win this? Potentially. Quite likely that we might win this. Okay, so these guys here. I don't need to basically protect that territory anymore. I can now set them on that border here. And I can start pushing into there again. And you might remember I've done this previously. I set them onto those already previously, but that didn't really work out too well at that point. It looks like I need to start importing my oils again because I'm using a lot more now than I was doing before. Oh yes. This is ours now. Well, actually, in fact, it's the Italians that have taken ownership of it. So I'm going to let the Italians defend it. So what have we got in terms of our navy? As you can see, we are basically operating here nicely. So that's fine. I'm going to basically take these guys and say, thank you very much. You've done your job. We're going to take these guys and we're going to reposition them to there. We're not contributing enough. Yeah, sure. If I talk to my Italian friends now, will they be willing to basically give me some territory? Yes, they will. Lovely. Is that because we're bombing the British now? I'm not sure. Is it contributing? Possibly. All right, let's have a look at our navy. So we basically currently have for this territory set it to not be included. So again, we're basically going to go back to our navy. We're going to set this territory here also to be included. So these guys, they're going to go convoy raiding. We're going to add this territory to the mix here as well. We're going to remove this one from the mix. I'm going to merge these two. This will merge with that. Yeah, as we suffer some losses, it's only fair that we basically try to redistribute some of these units as such. All right. Yeah, we lost a submarine there. Can happen. We're doing convoy raiding, of course, which is fine. All right, let's go back to our land armies. All right, let's set these guys to really be pushing that line even further. Portugal joins the Axis. There are no units assigned to this order, really? Ah, that's why. There we go. And I was already wondering, what's wrong with what we basically got here? There's nothing wrong with it in reality. It's just different. Okay, if I look at my logistics here, have I got any surplus in terms of planes? Yes, I got a surplus in fighters, which is great. So the fighters that I got stationed here, I could take these and redeploy them to here to focus on there. These focus on there. These focus on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically deploy another unit here. We're going to purely focus on fighters. And these guys again will go for aerial superiority, focused on England. We need to import more tires. Where do we get tires from? We get them from places like Japan. Or Siam. Aluminum, we need to basically get more from Hungary. 2 batches, that will do the trick. What's happening to our friends here in Britain? Yes, they don't like us. Their stability is not entirely where it ought to be for them. As you can see, they see our missions coming in. Enemy buildings bombed. Oh, okay. The Americans lost convoys there, it looks like. Let's start joining the engagements here. Fuel refining and advanced large aircraft design. Okay. You can basically carry on with that nicely. As you can see, we're producing a number of these per month. That's the large one. Where is the modern one? So this is the improved one, advanced large airframe. That's one we're going to work with. So 6 jet engines is what we're going to go for. We're going to go for the armor plates. We're going to go for... Oh, okay. Self-sealing, defensive turrets, heavy machine guns. Heavy machine guns. What else could we put on there? Electronics. Let's work on the bomb sites. Let's work on the navigation. And here, of course, we're going to put our strategic bombs. So our agility will be pretty much useless, but that is okay. We're going to switch this one over to the advanced design, I think. Pretty small number per month. Yes, one of our generals is sick, which happens. Let's speak to the Italians once again. Ask for control of a state. It's green. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. Now, if I look at this carefully once again, compliance could, of course, be pushed up further. The long push east. The fall of Cairo, nice. So these are already operating here. These guys could now also start doing strategic bombing. Strategic bombing. Should really have basically done that from the very, very get-go. Said, yes, you're going to do strategic bombing. I'm quite indifferent to what it is that they're going to focus in on. Let them do whatever they want to do in reality. Have we got more of these launch sites? So we're using these already. We're using those already. No, we're not. Just out of range, of course, of the American territories, which is a bit of a pity. Do I need to start setting targets for each of them? That would be a pity, wouldn't it? Okay. Lovely. Am I sure I've got nothing else that I got here? That would have been so nice. It would have been so nice. Maybe, now that I got this new province, can I build something there? No. No, no, no. Golly. Oh well, we will get there. We will get there.
Valmis, härra! Rivistage! Rivistage! Liigume!
Okay, this one then. Yes. Luxor. Those are Americans, okay.
Valmis, härra!
Let's take Tobruk.
Valmis! Jah, härra!
Okay. Airfield here. Let's have a look at our fighter options. Aerial superiority. Yeah, in reality, I want to relocate this one straight away to there. Here I got 2. This one goes to the English Channel. I'm actually going to relocate that to there. And I'm actually going to have it fly over here. Friendly planes shot down en route to target. Really? So we're losing 2. Ah, enemy buildings are bombed now. Finally. Look at this, they're still losing substantial numbers of them. They're still losing substantial numbers. All right. Stability, consumer good factories, daily fascist support. Is there anything else I could do here to basically help with reducing the impact of all of this here? I don't think so, the way I'm looking at it at the moment, but yeah. Italy still has one of our areas that we want to get our hands on. We can, of course, ask for control of that state. And yes, they're willing to give it to us. Could we? No. No, I cannot. We don't have 60% compliance in any of those states as of yet. So what's the compliance rate here? 54. Is that high? Yeah, it's still on the up. Let's have another look here at this design. So what do we see in here? We basically see that we got suppression 3.7. If I add another light tank to there, it's 7.5. If I add, for example, artillery to here, that doesn't change anything. So no additional support units there. .5, and at the same time my heart attack and so forth has increased, so I think that's the new design we're going to go for. We're just increasing that slightly to try to basically get this number to become even better. Now what that will lead to, of course, is I will have a shortage of tanks. It's not such a bad shortage looking at everything here. Range improvement, okay. Yes, let's get that recon camera. All right, guys, it's been about an hour and a half, so more than enough time for us to call it a day. But as you can now see, we basically fully occupy, of course, the Scandinavian territories. So I hope that's beneficial to you and you enjoyed that. But in the meantime, I'd say have a great one and take care. Bye-bye.